Brothers, we're happy and we're not. What's up? What's up? It's your host. It's G. It's
Yo,
Smoke. We got another episode of the Rich Dream Show. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Brought to you by none other than the Now Legacy Network. Make sure you tuning in every Friday at 7 p.m. You can catch us on the live stream. Um, this week, what we going over, G?
I thought you picked this, man.
I did.
Nah, man, we're going over trust today, as the RLS topic. I don't know, what angle he coming from with this. This is a topic he picked. So, but yeah, we going over that, man. We going over that Debo chokehold that Draymond put on Rudy Gobert. One of the ones where you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, man, we gonna go over that, some sports, some football, man. And of course, 90s, 2000 ish. We
Yes.
got anything else?
I think that's it. I think that's it. Um, man, make sure you tuning in. And now you can catch us on Twitch. It's the Rich Dream Show. One time.
You are now tuned in to the Rich Dream Show.
Yeah. Another one back in once again. Me and my friend. It is your co-host Smoke Dog with my main partner G. Another episode of the Rich Dream Show.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Um, Want to appreciate, of course, our sponsors, the Now Legacy Network, for putting this on every week. Make sure you tuning in for the live stream every Friday at 7 p.m. on their Facebook. Um, you can also catch our YouTube for clips, updates on the show, and that's going to be Rich Dreams TV, and it's got some numbers after that. I don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
I think you can maybe
7961.
there. It
7961. Yeah.
is.
Rich Dreams TV 7961.
Yeah, dial us up.
They gave me that. I didn't pick those numbers. They just gave me that.
Gotta be sometime, man.
Yeah, man.
If you missed the live stream, you can always catch us on wherever you get your podcasts. Of course, we're on Twitch now. You can catch us on Pandora. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well. Make sure wherever you catch us, you give us that 5-star rating. Just go ahead and give it to us. You know, we two young budding black entrepreneurs. We need that. You
Right.
know. Um,
Exactly.
we just had the "Don't Sleep on Your Dreams" hats drop, and now we got the "Don't Sleep on Your Dreams" hoodies.
I don't know if I got enough space, but they're on the website.
Straight up.
I don't want to turn around and get up, be doing all that extra
Like
stuff.
knock the mic over. We have
Yeah,
sound.
I don't be turning around and get. But yeah, man, they on the page. They on the my of course they're on the Etsy shop, and they also I have pictures of them on my the IG Rich Streams underscore apparel. Go check them out. And man, I've you know they getting a lot of inquiries, so might want to hurry up.
We love that. Make sure once you purchase too, especially if you purchase off the Etsy shop, and that's etsy.com/rich dreams with two Z's. Um,
To
make sure you leave us a review, man. Make sure you favorite us on your Etsy shop as one of your favorite stores. Leave a review. We appreciate that greatly. As well, show our appreciation this Friday,
let them know.
right now, as you watching this. If you're watching the live stream, go on there. You get you up to 50% out every item we have.
Again, that's up to 50%. That don't mean everything on there is 50%.
You ain't gonna hold in on the 10.
You know how you know how you said it's 50% off, man. Come on, bro. I said up to.
Straight up, straight up.
But now, man, we this definitely an annual thing that we're gonna do just to give back. Most likely, we'll do a Cyber Monday too for the ones that didn't catch the Black Friday sale. That to me, just another way of giving back, man. Everything on the entire site will be, discounted. So check
Straight
me
up.
out, man. Check us out.
That's how Rich Dreams do Black Friday. You understand me?
Right.
Um, and you just saw the QR code above my head. If you didn't, stay tuned. It will be popping up variously throughout the show, and that'll take you directly to the site. So that way you can still watch the show. You can do your shopping, all in one. We try to make things very convenient for you. So make sure you're paying attention to those that pop up during the show, like right there. Man, talking about trust today, G.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And for you, those of you that don't know, a trust is an account, and it's an account that you need to create for your offspring. I feel like in this age of like we having sort of a black renaissance, and we getting more literate in the finances, financial literacy, all that, and we learning more and more about what we need to do to secure ourselves um, for future generations. And I think a part of that is having a trust account, having trust accounts for any and all your children. Um, and with that becomes, being in a financial position to do so yourself, taking control of your finances. Um, And the reason why I put that in the episode today, actually, when I said trust, I was talking about the traditional meanings of, who you trust and things like that. But it did kind of dawn on me that that's an important thing that I feel like we could all benefit from as a real life topic, man. So I'll break down how to set it up, and then we can talk about sort of the importance of it as well, and also talk about the importance of trust. Period. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
First steps is specify the purpose of the trust. You can identify it as, okay, this is going to be your college trust. So when you're 18, if you chosen college, or it can be, starting a business trust if you're 18 and you like, okay, this is what I want to do. It can go towards that. It could be a home trust, setting up for them to get their own place once they're, whatever age is specified that the trust is going to be at. Um, what else? What would be something that you set your child up a trust for, G? If you were to do so, do you agree with my topic? How do you feel about it?
Oh no, no, I agree with the trust. Yeah, trust. Of course, life insurance.
Yeah.
All of the type of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so after we specify the purpose, we want to clarify how the trust will be funded. Um, Now, it's either it's going to be by you doing a lump sum of money, or you can add over time by doing, monthly, weekly payments, however you want to do it, and adding into there as well. So this can either come from, if you're a traditional worker, I guess your weekly or biweekly checking deposits that you make, or if you're somebody that's on the entrepreneur standpoint, how would you do that, G? If you want to do reoccurring payments into a trust, what would you kind of base it off of?
What do you mean, like how much I would put into it, or what?
When would you basically? Because as
Or
somebody
how
who,
often? How
yeah,
often?
yeah, as
Probably.
somebody that doesn't get paid on like a traditional basis, I guess.
Huh? What you
Because
say?
as an entrepreneur, sometimes,
Oh, you said as I don't get paid. Yeah. Nah. Shit. I probably would just every week. That's normally like when I put money. I put money back in a certain amount every week into my savings. I invest in my business every week. Um, so it'd be weekly.
okay,
It'd be weekly.
big on that. I think that's something I would probably do as well. Um, I I think when you do bills and stuff on a monthly basis, a lot of times those come out at a certain point. So you don't want to be adding nothing to those monthly totals. I feel like if you set a good standard portion that you can do per week, that should help
Right.
take care of it. Um,
Right.
decide who will manage the trust. Now that's whether that be you, um, whether you gonna trust a financial advisor if you feel like you have wealth up to that standpoint, but keep in mind that you do have to pay them as well.
Mm.
Um, so those are some things to consider when you're setting it up. Legally create the trust and trust documents. So it's not just something that you can put into a savings account and be like, hey, I got a trust set up. You actually need to go and let them know that you are creating a trust, get the certifying documents, sign. And that way it's protected in that standpoint that they who the trust is for can't really touch it until it's at that certain time frame that you set it up for.
Right. Right. Right.
And that's kind of giving you the difference and breakdown between that and just a regular savings account or money set aside. Um,
Right.
and then, of course, transfer assets into the fund, the trust. So, like I said, you probably want to have something set aside already. Uh, if you in preparation for a child,
Mm-hmm.
probably want to start as soon as you get that news. Um, or if you already had a child, it's never too late to start saving. I think people probably had that notion a lot of times that, oh man, I'm already behind the eight ball. Start whatever your next payment is. Start right then. Take a little bit, whatever you don't need for immediate financing of bills and stuff like that. Set some aside and go from there. Um, Yeah, man. So that's how you set up your trust. That's how you set up the future. Rich Dreams told you right here. We learning you out here, as the old country folk would say. Um, we do have some time left on the RLS topic, so I guess we could cover we could cover the basic meanings. Trust is important, especially if you have people that are close to you, people that help you in your work life. Um, of course, relationship wise. And that could be friendship, significant otherwise. And again, circling back to work, you do have work relationships that demand a certain level of trust as well. Um, do you feel like one holds head over the other? Like, what's the most important you think as far as trust relationships?
You say what's the most important
Is there one that kind of ranks above the rest, or are they all kind of the same? Or
as far as trust within the different relationships that we have with people?
Mhm.
Um, nah, I mean, I think trust is trust. I believe people need to instead of worrying about trusting somebody, just pay attention to their actions over time
Mm,
and take them for that. That way, I mean, it'll be hard for them to disappoint you
yeah,
if you've been paying attention to, which I think everybody should pay attention to the people that that they're around or closest to or working with, anything like that. But yeah, I believe I mean, trust is fine. You know, I think you should trust the person to be who they are.
okay.
Yeah, trust them to be who they are. That's like who says the chick off of a thin line between love and hate told Martin that on she talking about I trust you.
I
I
trust
trust you to be
you.
exactly who you are, some shit
Yeah.
like that. But not that was facts though. That's
Yeah.
facts.
Once somebody's showing you a pattern or,
Yeah, a pattern.
yeah, you basically have to trust that, hey, this is how they're going to act in certain situations. That's
Good or bad. Good or bad, good or bad. So that's kind of that's kind of how I approach the trust or whatever. But I don't know what you think though. You think I know some would probably say, of course, their spouse. I think a
yeah.
lot of people would say they spouse just because that's the person that you spending your life with, and
Mhm.
probably have kids with or something like that. But I just look at it, you can still generalize it like between each different relationship. I think is you know
I mean, when you think
Anybody
about
that
it,
huh?
we trust strangers every day. When you out in traffic, you kind of trusting that basically everybody around you ain't crazy and just don't want to swerve into your lane or don't want to hit the brakes right in front of you.
Man, I think living in Texas, I think that's more of a hope thing. Ain't no trust. These fools out here drive so crazy. I'm just hoping nothing don't happen out there. Shoot, I don't trust them to do
I
nothing.
really don't know.
Nah, man, not these people out here driving, man. Shoot, no.
You got a point. You got a point.
Huh?
You got a good point. And
Hey, man, it's bad.
they be coming back and forth to Oklahoma too.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. But
Yeah.
now, man, like I say though, but with trust is, I honestly believe if people start looking at it like, okay, let me just look at how they treat me or
Mhm.
how they're around when how they are when I'm around them.
Yeah.
You know, pay attention to how they react to certain stuff, whatever. But I don't know. What you think though? Which one you think one is more important as far as trust in
No,
different relationships?
I think they all kind of hold equal value, just in perspective to what they're doing. Uh,
Yeah.
I will say that there's some that can last without the trust, and others can't. Like you can't not
Mm,
trust your significant other,
right.
like holding down the household or you know just to do what they're supposed to do, and it really the relationship still flourish.
Right.
Now, if you just don't trust a coworker with certain things or certain information, sometimes I mean you can still kind of get things done and work around that. Um,
Right.
like you're saying, it's just about knowing kind of who that coworker is and kind of trusting them to okay, they're gonna do things a certain way. I
Yeah.
already do this.
Man, that's just like when we were working at Burger King. We worked at Burger King for a while,
Yeah,
just in the workspace,
we sneaking in the tails from the king.
low key. We could trust that. We could trust that if Joe was there, he was gonna wash them dishes in 10 minutes. Now, how good they're washed, that's another story. That's a whole nother thing that we ain't got to get into.
Yeah,
But if he was there and you close, you can trust that Joe gonna knock them dishes out in 10, 15 minutes. I'm talking about every dish in the kitchen, except for what I'm using.
right.
You could trust that he was gonna knock them out in 10, 15 minutes before he left on the bike.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So in certain situations, like you can trust. Shoot, if Mary there, she gonna be worrying about time. She gonna be worrying about you cleaning up. Like she
yeah,
gonna be a little more stricter than the other managers. And but that's just you paying attention to how she is around you.
true.
And you know how you already know what to expect when you're around her or when you're working on her shift. So it's the same thing, man. I think we can do that with everybody except for the like, I guess the like people that we're in relationships with, because we want them to. I feel like I think we want to trust them and want to be able to trust them, but sometimes when they show you that they show you that you really can't trust them. It's like sometimes people like, of course, some if it's a dude that's cheating on the woman and
Sure.
he come back telling her, "Hey, I ain't gonna do it no more." Blah blah blah. I'm sorry. She know he gonna cheat again, but he came and apologized, and but she know the dude. He didn't cheat multiple times,
Right.
so you know who he is, but you just want to believe the best.
Yeah.
You want to believe that you can
Or
trust.
if you're a dude and you got you a chick that don't really be cooking like that, and you done had your long day, and you like, man, I ain't ate nothing all day, but I know she ain't cooked nothing. I know.
Ain't nothing
Go
cooked.
and
Go
make
on,
that.
get you some Whataburger. Yeah, get you some Whataburger, man, before you go to the crib.
Don't even play with it.
Trust people to be who they show you to be.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good one.
Yep.
Now, do you feel like anyone can earn trust? I know they say trust is always earned. Um,
But I think that's kind of backwards
okay.
because I think we're at the beginning of the relationship. Let's just put it in relationship terms, like boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever.
Hmm.
What boyfriend, girlfriend at the beginning? When you first get with somebody, you are giving them trust to be in a relationship and be monogamous most times. You're giving them that trust to do that. But the problem is when they fuck up the trust.
Mm,
Now you got to earn it back. Because if somebody's showing you, if I cut your hair, let's say 5 times, 5 to 10 times, and I hadn't messed up any either of those times, you was thoroughly satisfied.
right.
It's okay. You can trust that I'm gonna give you a good haircut most 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
You know, but if I mess up, then you gotta be like, oh, wait a minute. Or if I mess up a couple times in a row, wait a minute, man. Then that's where you kind of like iffy about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how I look at it. That's where I think the problem go wrong is when you fuck up the trust.
So you kind of have to, I guess, set your parameters as to what you're gonna allow before you say, this person can't handle this certain level or this certain expectation, um,
Hmm.
because that's just what it seems like on my end. It's like everybody's got their certain parameters. It's like, okay, like you're saying with the barber thing, I give you one mess up if you've done good for me the first 4 or 5 times.
Right.
But if you've done it 2 or 3, obviously that means you got some stuff you need to work on.
So
I can't have that,
you must not be too consistent or something.
Right.
You having good days and bad days. Um, you know, and I think that's all you can, and you really will get that, but just consistency from people. You
Mm,
know, whoever, whatever they are. If they are somebody that you can't trust,
yeah.
I mean, that's fine. You just know what to expect from them.
And it gets to a certain level too, to where the trust can't be earned back.
Sometimes you can burn a bridge. It's called burning a bridge. Yeah, you can burn the bridge sometimes.
There's certain levels you get to where it's like, okay, that can't be undone. Um, no matter how much time is going to pass, I'm always going to remember that. And you really showed to me, that you weren't, or that there was basically a lack of respect once there's been a certain threshold called crossed.
All right. Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
last thing on this before we move on. Do you, or what's a situation that you've been in where you feel like the trust has been betrayed, and or is there a certain time limit that you put on it in the beginning to get it back, or does it just kind of depend on how things go to get it back?
again, so for me, um, so if we talking just in general, um, I don't think, like I say, I'm a person that kind of take people by who they show me they are.
Okay.
So, um, I can still I can have a homie, right?
Yeah.
Close. I can have a close homie. Um, and let's say we get into it about something, or you know, it's some chick that I'm talking to, or somebody, just just random stuff
Mm,
that can go, that can cause two friends to bump heads, just anything. But for me, once that happens, okay, I know. I got a situation for you. So back in Shreveport, the shop that I was in out there, we was all new barbers. We was all fresh out of barber college or whatever, right into the shop, all new barbers. So we kind of didn't know how to run a barber shop at the time. We knew.
Right.
And we were joking around a lot or whatever, blah blah blah. But I remember like me and John, who we had on last episode, we was already cool before I got out of barber school. We was on night shift together. So he ended up coming to the shop where I was cutting it. Now all of these guys, they cut in the morning, so I really don't, I'm a night student. Like I know them, but I don't know them like the night students.
Right.
So John coming there and like, oh, okay, my boy up here, blah blah blah. So we joke and mess with each other um a certain type of way. And me not even thinking about it, I played with, I was joking with one of those guys or a couple of those
Mhm.
guys,
Okay.
kind of how me and John joke with you. Now
Yeah.
me and John, it's just jokes. Um, but one of the guys had a problem with it. So, and I'm like, bro, I didn't even know you, man. My bad, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, like my thing is, if I do something to offend you, I can't tell you you're not offended.
Yeah. You can't. You
I
can't
can't
tell
tell
people
you
how to
you're not
feel.
offended. I can tell you that, bro. That definitely wasn't my intentions.
True.
But I can't tell I can't invalidate that you felt offended. Whatever it is. So basically, we get into like a little light argument about it, and I'm like, bro, I ain't my bad, bro. Like at the end of it, I'm like, my bad, bro. I didn't, what I'm saying, I ain't even realized that y'all boys was taking offense to that. That's my bad. And I never joked with them like that again.
Mhm.
Cause I knew if I did, it wasn't on no scary stuff. We never it never even got that serious. But I just knew I couldn't, joke with them the way that I could joke with John. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's a certain comfortability level that you just don't have with.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that and that's the thing, like, so if I were to joke with them like that, I can trust that they gonna take it the wrong way,
In the
get
room.
upset, whatever, but
Yeah, I mean, Charlemagne always says this. He's like, you got freedom of speech, but people have the freedom to respond how they gonna respond.
yep,
So
yep, that's
yeah,
true.
it's just one of them things, man. So it's a delicate situation because it can get as lax as when you go into an open court run playing basketball,
Hmm.
you might leave your phone and your keys down, while you go and run. And you just, you like, okay, these a bunch of dudes on the court. Ain't nobody gonna really probably take my keys and stuff. Everybody just out here playing ball.
Comeback keys gone.
Yeah.
The
So,
nigga that did get picked. Yeah, he done left with your car.
yikes. Yikes.
And see, in any situation like that, see, I didn't left something. This didn't happen to me in high school. I
Mhm.
didn't left my shoes um up in the gym, forgot them, came back, they stole. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm never leaving anything like that around a bunch of random people. I mean, yeah, bro, you gotta know better than that.
We want to believe a lot of the times that there's such a goodness in people.
Right,
And everybody lives by these codes and morals and standards that we presume ourselves to abide by, but
right.
you have to trust that everybody ain't thinking in your same plight, man.
You better trust that for sure. You
uh,
best trust
if
that.
you ain't learned nothing else by all of this that we said, definitely be on your P's and Q's when you're out and about around a bunch of people that you don't know.
Don't know.
Especially
Yep.
if you're moving by yourself. You ain't got
Yep.
nobody to watch your back.
Yep.
Um, yeah, man. I guess these days it's very important to have a buddy system too.
Yeah. Yeah. You better have one.
Um,
Yep.
so I think we did it. I think we got
Yeah.
it on that.
Yeah.
Um,
You took a turn at the beginning. I didn't know that's where we was going with that one.
I gotta keep you on your toes, man.
A
Hey
trust,
man.
as in trust fund. I'm
But
like,
now,
what?
please, baby, I never know what you gonna get.
Ooh-wee. Boy.
As we as we dive back on in, man, we want to get into this black business shout out.
Okay.
Um, I was in ATL a couple weeks ago, man, watching the Horrible Decisions live podcast. Shout out to them. And had to give me a little edge up, little clean up for the night show and all that. Shout out to Tone the Barber out there, man. Got me right off the cutout that you be using.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, so Tone the Barber is out there in ATL doing his thing. Actually, hailing from Baltimore, man. So they moved down there
Be
from
more.
Baltimore. Yeah, trying to make a name for himself out there in the ATL area. So shout out to him. Um, man, I can't think of the shop name.